Hello, my dear students. Welcome you all to Sri Jayendra Rank Zone classes. My dear students, in the previous video of domestication and improvement of animals, we have learned about the apiaries, apiculture, beehive, keeping of beehive on commercial level. Today we are going to talk about the importance of honeybees, especially the composition of honey and its different products, means different products of the honey bee we are getting. Apart from honey, we will talk about bee wax, okay, and what are the different medicinal values of these compounds. So honey is mainly, it consists of monosaccharides. It mainly consists of monosaccharides. Both the chambers containing about the seven rectangular wooden frames called comb frames arranged vertically. When the beehives are, when the beekeeping is done commercially, there are around seven rectangular wooden frames which are known as what comb frames. They are arranged vertically. The vertical frames are filled with comb foundation sheet. These sheets are made up of wax and contain hexagonal imprints. Okay, they are detachable and they are available in the market. So the chambers containing seven rectangular wooden frames are called comb frames, which are vertically arranged. These vertical frames are filled with comb foundation sheet, and these sheets are made up of wax. Okay, and they contain hexagonal imprints. These sheets are detachable and they are available in the market. Honey extraction. Honey is stored in the combs of superframes. It is extracted from the comb of a simple machine called honey extractor. It is a drum containing a rack inside to hold the superframes. Okay, we have discussed about the frames. Okay, the superframe. Okay, and the different compartments of the frames. It is made to rotate by a set of two gear wheels operated by a handle. So honey extractor helps to basically extract the honey. It is a typical, we can say a movable hive, typical movable hive. Okay, the super frames are removed from the hive. The caps of the comb shells are cut off by a double-edged knife. Then the frames are fixed in the rack, and the rack is made to rotate by operating the handle. The honey is forced out into the drum from the comb shells. From the drum, the honey is collected in the vessels through an exit present in the drum. Okay. So this is the extraction from the super frame of the honey in beehive. Most important term is the comb foundation. You have to remember the comb foundation. Okay. Location of apiaries. The hive should be set in places where there are plenty of flowering plants, very important. The place should be neat and clean and free from any obnoxious smell, foul smell. There should be clean drinking water nearby because each honeybee colony requires 2 glasses of water per day for their survival. Okay. So what should be the requirements for the location of apiaries? The hive should be set in place where there are plenty of flowering plants and the place should be neat and clean and free from any obnoxious smell. Okay. There should be clean drinking water nearby because each bee colony requires 2 glasses of water per day for its survival. Protection. Honey bee should be protected from the garden lizards and snakes. Black ants steal honey, so water should be placed at the base of the stand. Wasp kill honeybees, so protection should be provided against wasp. Wax moth damage the combs, so the combs must be protected from wax moths. Formation of honey. Honey is a viscous sugary fluid formed from the nectar within the stomach of the honeybee. The bees visit flower, suck the nectar, store in the stomach, and return to the hive. In the stomach, the nectar is processed, it is regurgitated and swallowed repetitively for about 240 times. Then the processed nectar is deposited in the comb cells. Okay. This processed nectar is called unripened honey or green honey. This is known as what? Unripe honey or green honey. It contains about 80% of water. The unripe honey is converted into the ripe honey by evaporation. The ripe honey contains less than 20% of water. When the honey becomes ripe, the cells are capped or closed. The cells are capped or closed. The honey in the unsealed cell is unripe. Very important. If the honey is unsealed cell, then it is unripe. And if it is sealed, it is capped, it is closed, okay, then it is ripened. Okay. So very important. The ripening of honey is a very, time taking or cumbersome process. It is a very durational process. Okay. So now, chemical composition. The honey contains nearly 80 different substances of different importance to human beings. The important chemicals are as follows. Okay. Levulose, it is a sugar, 38.9%, dextrose, 21.28%, maltose and other sugars, 8.8%, enzymes and pigments, 2.2%, ash, 1%, okay, water, 17.20%, 20%, vitamins A, vitamin B, B2, B3, B6, vitamin C, vitamin E, vitamin K, all are present in honey. Minerals like calcium, sodium, potassium, magnesium, iron, phosphorus, sulfur. So honey is basically providing all these essential materials to the required amount in the body. Okay. Amino acids are also present in the honey. Honey also contains pollen. Very important. Honey also contains pollens, amino acids, enzymes. The color, flavor, and the smell of the honey depend on the flower from which nectar is collected. It is an energy-rich food. 1 kilogram of honey contains 32. 1 kilogram of honey contains 3200 of calories. Number of Ayurvedic medicines are taken with the honey. The medicinal value, a drug prepared from the bodies of honeybees, is used in the treatment of diphtheria. Drug prepared from the bodies of honeybees basically is used to prepare medicine against diphtheria. Used to prepare medicine against diphtheria. Okay. The venom of stings of honeybee has been used in the treatment of RA, rheumatoid arthritis, and snake bite. Rheumatoid arthritis, RA, and snake bite. Okay. Value of honey. Honey is valuable food and medicine. Its uses are summarized below. As it has high content of sugar, it is used as a sweetener until last century. Before the discovery of sugar. Throughout most of the human, they use honey as the available sweetener. Honey has a high calorific value. Okay, 1 liter of milk contains only 310 calories, while honey contains 3350 of calories. Many athletes drink honey before games and in between events in order to restore the energy used up. Doctors prescribe honey for old people and children who need to build their strength quickly. Honey is used to heal wounds. It is used to cause it is used to cause free urination. It is used as a means of easing the belly fat. Okay, it is used as a good tonic for ulcers. It facilitates digestion and improves appetite. It prevents a running nose. It is sure remedy for cold and cough. Honey is used as a medicine for children to treat complaints of liver. So there are many uses of honey. Okay, so the nectar and its conversion into honey, as I have already told you, the ripening of the honey, regurgitation, storage, okay, everything is been told to you. Okay, so in honey sac, the sucrose of the nectar is converted into dextrose and levulose by the action of invertase enzyme. That's an important point. In honey sacs, sucrose is converted into dextrose and levulose. Wait. Dextrose and levulose. So sucrose is converted into dextrose and levulose by the action of invertase enzyme. Okay. There are many enemies of bee, as we have already, talked about them, like vex moths, Galeria, Melonella, wasp, black ants, bee eaters, and the king crow. They all are the enemies of honey and enemies of bees. Okay, I will write here wax moth, scientific name Galeria melonella. Okay, black ants, king crow, man is the last and worst enemy. They all are enemies. Okay. Bee wax. Bee wax is secreted by the abdominal gland of bees. It is used for the construction of the comb. It is an yellowish solid insoluble in water. So bee wax is basically secreted by the abdominal gland of bees. It is used for the construction of comb, and it is a yellowish solid which is insoluble in water. It is used for the preparation of paints, varnishes, candles, models, etc. It is used as a ground substance for the preparation of ointments and creams. It has many industrial uses. It is used extensively in engineering industries, railways, textiles, leather industries. So bee wax is basically an important industrial and commercial, compound. It is secreted by the abdominal gland of bees. It is used for the construction of comb. It is a yellowish solid which is insoluble in water. It is used for the preparation of paints, varnishes, candles, models. Okay, and it is used as a ground substance for the preparation of ointment, creams. It has many industrial uses. Bee venom. Bee venom is secreted by the poison glands of the stings. Bee venom is a curative toxin in humans. It is transparent and it has a bitter, burning taste. It is acidic in nature. It contains formic acid, histamine, tryptophan, sulfur, many proteins, volatile oils, enzymes like hyaluronidase, phospholipase, and magnesium phosphate. Clinically, it has following uses. Bee venom, it contains histamine, tryptophan, formic acid, sulfur, many proteins. It contains volatile oils, enzymes like hyaluronidase and phospholipase and magnesium phosphate. And clinically, it is used to treat many diseases. It is an active remedy for rheumatoid arthritis, as I have already told you. It is used to treat certain eye diseases like keratoconjunctivitis, inflammation of cornea, ठीक है, inflammation of iris, iritis, iridocytis, inflammation of iris and ciliary body. It is used to cure skin diseases like tuberculosis of skin. The cholesterol level of blood falls by the treatment of bee venom. Okay, bee venom controls blood pressure. The bee venom helps to control blood pressure. Bee venom helps to lower down the blood cholesterol level. They all are basically, we can say, the usage of bee venom. Communication and dance of honeybee, very important. Okay, communication and dance of honeybee. Ernest Seisner in 1788 explained for the first time the honeybees communicate with each other by means of definitive movements of their body, now called bee dance. Later on, Professor Carl von Frisch in 1946 to 1969 studied and decoded the language of the dance of honeybee, and he was awarded the Nobel Prize for this work. He explained the scout bee, okay, performs two types of dance. That scout bee basically performs two types of dance. Round dance. Round dance is performed when a newly discovered food source is close less than 75 meters to the hive. There is no indication of direction of the new source in this dance. The smell of flower brought back by the scout bees tells the foragers the kind of flowers for which they are going to feed upon. Okay. So round dance is performed when a newly discovered food source is close less than 75 meters to the hive. There is no indication of direction of the new source in this dance. The smell of the flower brought back by the scout bees tells the foragers the kind of flowers for which they are going to feed upon. Tail wagging dance. It is performed for long distance. Tail wagging dance. It is performed for long distance, more than 100 meters source of food. It is also called shuffle dance. It is also called as shuffle dance. By this dance, the scout bee conveys the direction of new source with reference to the position of the sun. So, in the shuffle dance, tail wagging dance, which basically indicates that the source is around 100 meters long distance. It is also called shuffle dance. By this dance, the scout bees conveys the direction of new source with reference to the position of sun. In the tail wagging dance, scout bee swiftly and repeatedly moves along a straight line and then makes two semicircles along the side of this line. If during this dance tail wagging is directly vertically upwards, it indicates the source is present towards the sun. If tail wagging is vertically downwards, then it indicates the source is present opposite to the sun. Very important. If it indicates vertically upwards, then the source is present towards the sun. If tail wagging is vertically downwards, then it indicates the source is present opposite to the sun. If tail wagging is in oblique direction, it indicates that the source is located at an angle to the position of sun. So this is tail wagging dance, which is performed for long distance sources, and round dance, which is performed when a newly discovered food source is close less than 75 meters to the hive. Okay. This is the tail wagging dance and round dance. This is the round dance, okay, and this is the tail wagging dance. Okay. The eggs of queen hatch into white eggless larvae which spin delicate silicate cocoons around them and turn into pupae. Each pupae develop into adult, and adult comes out by the cutting wall of cocoon first, and secondly by breaking the wax cap of the cell. In this way, they come out to form, larva, pupa, and the adult. Okay, so these are the dances: tail wagging dance and west round dance. Beekeeping industry before 1953, attention to the beekeeping was paid only by state governments, but in the same year, All India Khadi and Village Industries Commission (KVIC) started to pay attention to it, and it was controlled by Union government itself. Due to the functioning of the center organization, beekeeping industry was spread in South India and some northern states as well. Nowadays, beekeeping industry is nationwide and is a good source of cottage industry. Okay. Now we are going to talk about the animal breeding, the types of animal breeding, okay, and then the last topic will be the fisheries, okay. So we have completed the apiaries, that is bee culture, okay, beehives, okay. Animal breeding, fisheries, and poultry farming is left over. So animal breeding. The main motive of animal breeding is it is basically a group of animals related by a descent and similar in most of the characters like general appearance, features, size, configuration, etc. And they are said to belong to a breed. Okay. So what is breed? A group of animal. The breed is basically a group of animal group of animals related by descent and similar in most of the characters, like general appearance, size, features, configuration, etc. Animal breeding is producing improved breeds of domesticated animals by improving their genotypes. Improving their genotypes through selective mating. What are the objectives of animal breeding? The very first objective of animal breeding is the improved breeds will have a high or long lifespan and they will produce progenies at much faster rate. So to increase growth rate. Second, increase production of products, milk, meat, egg, wool, etc. Superior quality of products, like we have mentioned in the in a point above, that is milk, meat, egg, wool. They all are the different products of poultry and animal husbandry. So superior quality of products. Okay, then improved resistance to various diseases. Then increase productive life. Okay, increase or at least acceptable reproduction rate. Reproduction rate. These all are the objectives to increase the growth rate, to increase the production of the dairy products, the poultry products, okay, and the other products as well. The superior quality of products, improve resistance to various diseases and different abiotic factors, increase productivity of life, okay, and increase reproduction rate. Methods of animal breeding. First is inbreeding. When breeding is done in between animals of same breed, animals of same breed. for 4 to 6 generations. Okay. Inbreeding, it can be explained by taking an example of cows and bulls. Okay. Cows and bulls. Superior cows and superior bulls of the same breed are identified and mated. The progeny obtained thereby from such mating are evaluated, and superior males and females are identified for further mating. So, to get a superior female and a superior male, a superior female in case of cattle, okay, high lactation period, and superior male is the bull, which give rise to a superior progeny as compared to those of other males. Okay, inbreeding is basically acted upon a rule that if we increase the homozygosity, the principle of inbreeding is to increase homozygosity. That's why inbreeding is done to develop a pure line. To develop a pure line. Inbreeding exposes harmful recessive genes that are eliminated by selection. With the help of inbreeding, some harmful recessive genes are exposed, which are to be eliminated by selection. By selection. Okay. When inbreeding is done again and again, it reduces the fertility and even productivity. Inbreeding depression. Okay. So inbreeding, it is also having some drawbacks that it lead to inbreeding depression, that is the fertility and the chances of adaptability, chances of getting a good variety also get reduced. Okay. That is why the selected animals of the breeding population should be mated with superior animals of the same breed but unrelated to the breeding population. Okay. This can restore the fertility and the yield. So to avoid inbreeding depression, what can be done? The selected animals of the breeding population should be mated with the superior animals. The second is outbreeding. Breeding between the unrelated animals. Between unrelated animals. Okay. These unrelated animals, they can be, you know, the individuals of the same breed, but not having any common ancestors, or between different breeds, known as cross breeding. Okay. If species are different, then it is interspecific hybridization. So outbreeding is basically when breeding is done between unrelated animals. So it can be done, or it is of following types. First is the outcrossing, mating with same type within same breed, but no common ancestry. Okay, for 4 to 6 generations. The offsprings of such a cross are called outcross. Outcross. Okay. Outcrossing is the best breeding method for animals that are below average in productivity in milk production. Best method for the average milk producers. It helps to overcome inbreeding depression. Then comes crossbreeding. In crossbreeding, the superior males mated with the superior females of different breed. Many new animal breeds have been developed by this strategy. It gives better breeds. Cows of an inferior breed may be mated to the bulls of superior breed to get a better progeny. Okay, like Hisardale is a new breed of sheep developed in Punjab. By crossing Bikaneri and Merino rams. Okay, so this is crossbreeding, which is done between superior males and superior females of different breeds. Okay, if the species are different, then interspecific hybridization. This is number three, number two, number one. Okay, this technique involves male and female animals of two different species. Two different species. Okay, mule is produced from a cross between female horse and a male donkey. Example, mule, female horse and a male donkey. Okay, controlled breeding experiments. Then the next is controlled breeding experiments. Okay, I'll add one more slide over here. Controlled breeding experiments include artificial insemination (AI), and multiple ovulation embryo transfer technology. Okay. Artificial insemination. The semen of superior male the semen of superior male is collected and injected into the reproductive tract of the selected female by the breeder, right? The semen can be used immediately or can be frozen for later use. When a bull inseminates a cow naturally, approximately 5 to 10 billion sperms are deposited in the vagina. 5 to 10 billion sperms are inseminated. Then multiple ovulation embryo transfer. In this method, the hormones like follicle stimulating hormone is given to the cow for inducing follicular maturation and superovulation instead of one egg. They produce 6 to 8 eggs at a time. Okay. The cow is either mated with the best bull or artificially inseminated. Mated with best bull. The embryos at 8 to 32 cell stage are recovered and transferred to surrogate mothers, right? Because they need we can say, a living uterus for their development. It is done nowadays for cattle, raising cattle, sheep, rabbits, buffaloes. Okay, different high yielding milch breeds of females and high quality of meat giving bulls being successfully raised by this method of multiple ovulation, embryo transfer, and artificial insemination. So this is about the different types of breeding we discussed. Okay, methods of breeding: inbreeding, outbreeding, which includes outcrossing, crossing, interspecific hybridization, artificial insemination, and MOET. Now we are going to start with the poultry farm. Poultry includes the birds like chicken, ducks, geese, and turkey. Poultry farming deals with the rearing of them for their egg and meat production. So there are two varieties. One is the egg broilers. Sorry, one is the egg layers, and the second is broilers. Broilers is for meat production, and egg layers or layers for eggs. Foals are widely distributed as domesticated animals since the time immemorial, but in the present century it has been an important small-scale industry due to the modern need for palatable and nutritive food, which is provided in the form of eggs as well as the adult animal. An egg-laying poultry bird is called hen, that is layers, and the poultry birds groomed for obtaining meat are called chicken or broilers. So chicken or broilers for meat production and hen or layers for egg production. Inside India and the neighboring countries like Burma, Sri Lanka, they are the original home for red jungle fowl, that is Gallus gallus. It seems that Asil or Malaya fowl were carried to Europe through the Middle East about 2000 years ago and have given rise to the present day European breeds. Okay, so there are various breeds of poultry. The poultry, they are basically meant for the production of egg and the meat. The egg, they are known as what? The egg layers, and the meat producers are known as what? Broilers. Understood? Poultry farming versus livestock farming. Which is best? Okay, either poultry farming or livestock farming. Poultry birds are easy to raise, can be acclimatized, they can adapt better to a wide range of climatic conditions. They have short lifespan and are prolific breeders, and thus poultry farming is an advantageous over livestock rearing. Hence, an average yield of 60 eggs per year, but high yield varieties can produce more than 240 eggs in a year. Okay, so the poultry farm management, it includes different types of requisites. There are different types of requisites which are important for poultry farming management. Okay. Foal, foal house or brood house. Foal house can be reared in the hills in India without houses, but in the plains, well ventilated and illuminated dry houses are essential, of a dimension of 1.8 to 1.5 to 1.5 meter, and has a sufficient accommodation for 6 foals. An open shaded or veranda must be attached to this house as run to foals for exercise. The foal house may either of wood or brick, and the roof is made up of corrugated iron sheets, thatch or wood. The house and shed should be cleaned daily. Foals of different ages are kept in separate houses. In regions with moderate climate, they are kept in cages or coops. Okay. So the foal house or the brood house, okay, should be crowd free, it should be rain proof, and it should be protected from predators. Okay, crowd free, should be rain proof. Okay, and it should be protected from predators. Okay, The quality and the balanced quantity of food material which are given for these poultries, okay, they are the backbones. The feed given to poultry birds should contain all the essential nutrients like carbohydrates, fats, proteins, minerals, and vitamins. The feed usually consists of mashed cereals like bajra, wheat, maize, jowar, ragi, rice bran, and oil cakes. The fish meal prepared from the waste of the fish processing industry and the meat meal prepared from the waste of the meat processing industry is also used to feed poultry birds. Okay. So it is very important to maintain the sanitation, to maintain the hygiene. Okay, care should be taken for the chicks during the brooding season. Care of chicks should be prioritized during brooding season. Okay, breeds of foals. The whole poultry industry is centered around the foals, so the selection of good breed or birds for particular area is very essential. Okay. The selection of foal breed should be based on the object with which foals are kept. Some important indigenous breeds of domestic fowl, that is desi hens, include Asil, Karakand, Karaknath, Basara, Chittong, Ghas, Brahma, Cochin. Desi hens are hard, strong. Okay, I mean they are hardy, strong, and possess a natural immunity against common diseases. But they are small or slow growing and lay small size and less number of eggs. So the selection of fowl breed should be based on the object with which fowls are kept. Some important indigenous breeds of domestic fowl, desi hens include Asil, Karaknath, Bansara, Chittong, Gauss, Brahma, Cochin. Desi hens are strong and they are high immunity levels, highly developed natural immunity against common diseases, but they are slowly, their productivity is less. Okay, they are small, slow growing, and they lay small size and less number of eggs. The average egg production of desi hen is about 60 eggs per annum, which is very poor. Keeping this fact in mind, a large number of poultry birds have been imported, breed, and acclimatized to local conditions. Some of these are excellent egg layers, while others are good meat producing birds. Some of them have high egg yielding exotic breeds of hens, which may be successfully acclimatized in India, include white leghorn, Rhode Island, red, black Minorca, Plymouth Rock, light Sussex, and New Hampshire. White Leghorn is one of the most popular egg breeds all over the world. White Leghorn. Okay. The local varieties of hen, desi hens, have been crossbreed with high-yielding varieties of exotic breeds to obtain new breeds which combine the good characteristics of both the breeds. A new improved breeds, hybrid breeds of poultry birds grow fast, take less feed, lay more bigger size eggs, and are more resistant to diseases. Okay, their weight are also very high, and some of them are imported, and they are imported to increase the high-yielding breeds developed in India by crossbreeding. Okay. Now, there are different varieties. Okay, some of the names you should remember, like Asil, Chittong, Malay, Gauss, Busra. They all are local varieties of Desi indigenous breeds. The Mediterranean breeds, American breeds, Asiatic breeds. Okay, Plymouth Rock, Rhode Island Red, Jersey Black Giant, New Hampshire. So Rhode Island Red, New Hampshire, Plymouth Rock, they all are American breeds. Okay. Mediterranean breeds Leghorn, Andalusian fowl, Mediterranean breed. Okay. Then Brahma, Kosin, they are Asiatic breeds. Okay, they are Asiatic breeds. Diseases of the poultry. There are many diseases. The most important is the Rani Khet viral disease, also known as Newcastle disease, fowl pox infection, Mark's disease, bird flu. They are viral diseases. Bacterial diseases, fowl cholera, coryza, typhoid and paratyphoid. Main is the this word coryza and fowl cholera. Okay. Salmonellosis is also a bacterial disorder. Protozoal diseases, spiroketosis or tick fever. Fungal diseases, aspergillosis, sorry, it's a fungal disease, aspergillosis, okay, known as Brooder's pneumonia. Aflatoxicosis, aflatoxicosis. It is also a fungal disease in poultry which reduces the immunity and spreads through contamination of food. Okay. Parasitic infections include lice, mites, they all are ectoparasites, ticks and flea. Okay. Well, internal parasites, tapeworm, roundworm, threadworm. Okay. Nutrition diseases, lack of vitamins, rickets, parosis. Parosis is the deficiency of manganese. Manganese. Okay. Poultry development in India, or the advantages of the poultry farming is first, to provide food, okay, for the economical growth, appraisal, for the formation of fertilizers like manures, feathers, okay. Poultry is one of the important components of the farmer's economy as it provides additional income and job opportunities to the large number of rural population in the shortest possible time. Central poultry breeding farms at Bombay, Bhubaneswar, Hazargatha, and Chandigarh engage in scientific poultry breeding program developed high egg producing hybrids and fast growing broiler breeds. Central duck breeding farm at Hazargatha is catering to requirements of high egg production, khaki capable breeding stock duckling. The poultry industry has grown rapidly in India, okay, and it is a very important part of now India's GDP, okay. So this is all about the poultry farming. Okay, fisheries we will be starting in the next turn. Till then, bye bye. Take care. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Stay happy.